What's up, guys? Welcome back to the That's So Dev podcast. My name is Dev. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I appreciate you. We have some tea to get into today. But before we do, make sure you go and follow me at That's So Dev on Twitter, Instagram, and literally everywhere else, including Blue Sky. I'm trying to transfer over. It's taking some time, but we will get that done. Okay? Now, we got the socials out the way. We have to get into this tea because I've been meaning to do a podcast speaking about these two specifically, and I just for some reason feel like they go hand in hand. So Katrina Velarde and Sohyang, I mean, these two girls, I can't even explain how much emotion I feel when I hear both of these girls sing. And I feel like they're in two totally different areas, but I feel like they give the same feeling, which is why I believe they go hand in hand. I mean, they're real singers, they're technical singers, and they're not singers that you hear in the mainstream media all the time. I mean, you may get that technical type of singing in mainstream, but I don't feel like it's actively there. I don't feel like a lot of mainstream singers put as much work into their voice. And maybe that has a lot to do with the pressure that comes from the industry. I mean, you do have to record these songs and make music, and a lot of the times you're on a yearly album cycle, so you're constantly having to make music. But the only way you're really making music is if you tour, so you're gonna have to tour all of your projects, and you're gonna have to promote your projects, and you're gonna have to go to different countries to perform and promote your projects. And it's just a lot that I can see where one may not have time to stack up their vocals. And I use Fifth Harmony as an example all of the time, because watching the girls of Fifth Harmony and seeing their journey going on X Factor, seeing how they sing and the soul and the life that they had in their music and in their voices, and how the entity of Fifth Harmony and how the industry really kind of drained them every which way, how that really kind of deteriorated in some ways their voices. Their voices didn't progress in the way that they should have over the time span that had happened. And a lot of that had to do with all of these things that I just mentioned. So that's why I always think about Fifth Harmony, because there's a time period where 2017, 2018, where Fifth Harmony kind of hits the refresh button right after they lost a member. And a lot of us who had been following Fifth Harmony from day one really got to see the happiness, the glow, the giddiness. Even though things weren't perfect, there was progress. They were able to write their music, and they were able to have more of a voice, generally speaking. And I feel like that also helped with their progression vocally. We got to see them do several different things during that short period of time, probably way more experimental wise with their voices and everything, more in that 1 year than we had seen probably in the previous 4 or 5. And I'll maybe say 4, because they have to become the entity of Fifth Harmony, not themselves, even though themselves exist within the entity of Fifth Harmony. And I also feel like they have to have themselves individually in Fifth Harmony for Fifth Harmony to be Fifth Harmony. And I don't think that they were able to feel that because of all of these industry pressures. And I feel like it just burns out your voice. Well, I mean, let's talk about it. Because specifically, I was just talking about this on a YouTube video. I believe it was, who was it? I don't think it was JoJo. I think it might have been Tori Kelly. And she was talking about singing on Broadway and how everything that she had learned as a mainstream pop artist she had to relearn things because it was so damaging to her voice, and she couldn't sing like that on stage and then sustain that for however many shows a week, and let alone a day. Hello, it is Broadway. So it's just, a testament to maybe why we don't see that progression as much within the industry, which also sucks because it is showing you that it's about the dollar more than it is about the art. And when you listen to artists like Sohyang and Katrina, you get back to the center of it, where it's just the piano in their voice, where it's just a guitar in their voice. They don't need the whole production. They don't need the whole tour thing. You know what I mean? Like, they're not in a mainstream space. No, their songs are not charting on the Billboard Hot 100, but you want to know what? Look how many people have viewed their videos on YouTube. Look how many people, look at the following that they do have. It is quite interesting that we're in a position where, well, people aren't investing in that. Like, why wouldn't you see somebody like Katrina or Sohyang and then not put them on a label, invest in them, and really serve them the proper platform that they need? I mean, come on. I mean, we used to have so many ballads back in the day. I say that all the time now. Like, ballads used to be a present thing, especially, hello, Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston specifically, especially. I mean, and I will always love you. Hello. I mean, it just used to be a thing where ballads were in mainstream, and now we don't really get to have ballads in mainstream. It has to have this mid-tempo, slow type feel or whatever, and it has to have kind of like this trap inspired type tea in order for people to really kind of gravitate to it. And that often does suck. It does, because it's just really kind of eliminating a whole space of art that we could really platform and have appreciated by the masses, because the masses is being fed what is shown to them. I mean, hello, we got to talk about music propaganda. Not the music propaganda, but like hello, it is kind of I mean, you're force fed a lot of the things that you see, and even people who are against it at some point give in to it, because at some point they become a fan. Maybe that initial hate that they had at the beginning or dislike, disappeared at some point or diminished or something, or a certain song that they like came out, and then after that certain song came out, then another one came out that they didn't like, whether it was now, whether it was later, like, you know what I mean? So look, there's many different ways that people do become fans, but we can't deny that the push from radio deals and the push from playlisting deals, I mean, it's put in your face. You go on a playlist, you want to click the playlist for the day, the way those songs are structured in the playlist, hello. It's purposeful. It's purposeful in every conceivable way. So look, all of these things are why we don't see artists like Katrina and Sohyang really thrive in the spaces. Most of them that you see thriving in those spaces are much older, because back then, now everything has to be the big production, the pop number, and you know what I mean? It has to be extravagant, it has to be expensive. What happened to creativity and art? It doesn't have to have a price tag on it if it's creative enough. That's just what I'm saying. And again, nothing but a string in their voices, nothing but a piano in their voices, coming back to yet again saying this, that all it really takes for these girls is just their voice for them to move you. And Katrina, she has this amazing ability. I mean, there's no comparison here. Do I personally have a favorite? Interesting. I would say I gravitate towards Katrina more, and I think it is because of that soul aspect and just what she hones in on technically resonates with me in the music that I grew up on and the music that I really like. Sohyang, again, she serves the same feeling. but I don't think she serves the same kind of soul that resonates with me. However, she gives me she's like a pop girly who is a technical singer, who learned to sing truly technical in every which way. And I don't feel like I see that too often. There are a lot of girls who are in pop who can sing, but really being a technical singer, whoa. I mean, it just takes, like I said, the time and the focus on creating these talents and curating these talents. I mean, look, you can sit here and think that Katrina, she probably was born with that voice, and to me, in some ways, both of them even, that feels like it takes away from the work that they put in to become what they are now. I mean, Katrina is inspiring me, even Sohyang, but it's inspiring me to get back to the basics of it all, to where it's not about the pop production. It's really creating art that moves people. And I say to people all the time, it doesn't matter if you have the voice of Adele, and it doesn't matter if you have the voice of Selena Gomez. There's really no point in trying to compare anybody, because the whole point of this singing thing is to create something that moves people. And if your voice moves people, then it just does. Music is subjective. Period. But yet again, coming back to these two, when you hear them, you can't help but see my dog agrees. Hello. But when you hear these two girls, you can't help but just, you wonder where the quality of the craft has gone. You just do, naturally, because there's this feeling that you get when you watch them. You just know. You just feel it. You may not be able to describe it in the moment, but you know what you're feeling is impactful to you. And I feel like everything that they sing has a purpose. Everything has a purpose. Every note, every riff, every run, every breath, everything has a purpose. I mean, Katrina, my goodness, I mean, just the way that she has such control over her voice, and I was just talking about this in a reaction earlier, where she has these really big belts, and then she's able to, crescendo all the way up, and then just lightly and softly and with an airy tone be able to control her voice and flip that into something so light. I mean, the ability to be able to do that, flip of a switch. I mean, you put in time to do that. You can say, oh, she was born with that. Sure, she was born with the gift. But the way she honed in on it, my goodness, plenty of people are born with gifts and not everybody do something with it. Well, where's the lie? Girl. Sohyang, I just reacted. I don't remember, but I think his name was Petra. I don't know how to pronounce it for sure. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But, oh my goodness. The way that they just complimented each other was beautiful. I said, wow. It's literally like I'm in a galaxy listening to them. Just the way that sonically, the production sounds like you're in a galaxy, and the song's called The Star, and they're also in this kind of galaxy type green screen room where you can create essentially anything, and it's just truly reflecting the theme and what they want to say. And it's just such a detail that they put into their performance, even beyond the singing. When they do a performance, when they do a video, Everything has a purpose. And it doesn't need a massive budget. Like I was just saying, it doesn't need the extravagance. Look at it. Sohyang and my man on this stage with stars just singing. And it's providing everything that you need from a performance. Simple, but effective. Why isn't that ever good enough? It is to me. It is to several people. I mean, look at how many views they're getting. Look at the subscribers. Y'all, side note, Dutch Bros is fantastic. Green tea lemonade, add kiwi, pineapple, pomegranate float. Love that for me. I just feel like they have such a nice balance of everything. And I love that I can go there and never get the same thing. Anywho. But yeah, girl, these two girls, I feel like they possess a standard that I grew up knowing. It's true. I mean, there's such a list of so many people, of so many artists who you can name from, 1990 to 2010. I mean, in between that time frame, like, that shit is crazy. All the people who existed in between that time frame. I mean, whoa. I mean, so many people existed at that time who had to be of a certain standard that these girls possess. Like, wow. Like, in order to be known, in order to be recognized, in order to be platformed, you had to be of the standard. And you just don't now. Anybody can be. I mean, you can create your own standards, but that's not always a good thing. Because when some people create their own standard, they lower a bar. And when you lower a bar, you just let anybody in. You don't want to just let anybody in necessarily. Everybody that applies to it. And not filling out an application. I mean, the people who actually align with it. That's why a lot of people just don't want anyone coming in rapping who don't embody what it truly means to rap, because at the end of the day, what is that really? People can't respect that. There's a standard. Where are the singers? My goodness. So let me see. I'm gonna go to my YouTube channel and see these last couple of reactions, because I do want to talk about some of these. Girl, first of all, Katrina had no business going off like that. It was the Wish 107 one. Hindi. Of course you are. I do not know how to pronounce this, but I know it's, what is it? Hindi Tayo? I have no idea. But this performance specifically, it was phenomenal. Phenomenal. I don't know. Like, I can't explain it, because every time I will do a reaction to Katrina, the feeling is so incredibly different. And it makes you kind of wonder at some point, it's like, how do you kind of keep reinventing yourself on each performance that you do? Because that's what it feels like. It feels like I'm reacting to, like, I don't know, like I'm reacting to her for the first time every time I see her, but also Sohyang as well, especially during the Star thing too, because I was like, oh my goodness. But it was one of my very first reactions. I don't remember what the very first reaction of Sohyang was, but I just remember from the first time hearing her voice that was going to be that. What is this? Till You Love Me Again reaction? I don't know if that was the first one, but my goodness, she blew me away. I could not believe her voice, but also ironically, those who react to Katrina also were recommending Sohyang. So it just kind of worked out. I mean, of course, y'all are going to request someone else who's going to the same level. Hello. But I do appreciate it. I do appreciate the requests that you guys send. They're always the best requests ever. I'm not even joking. Somehow you guys just keep outdoing yourselves, and and obviously everybody fucks with it because each reaction, and look, not every reaction is going to be 10,000 views, and not every reaction is going to be 5,000 or even 1,000, and I've totally come to terms with that several years ago. But on a regular basis, I feel like these reactions constantly get the consistent reviews because of the talent. And it's just a testament that people really want to see reactions to real singers. I feel like those are the most, like, those reactions are kind of like such a baseline. There's a baseline support of a channel, just to be honest, because you're always going to have reactions of those aren't always going to be new reactions that just came out. They can be reactions from years ago, and constantly going through someone's archive. It's always there. They're always there. And they do appreciate people who do appreciate the music. So it just kind of works out. Like, if you have it, you have it. If you don't, you don't. Like, and there just seems to be a connection with the videos, which is why I always definitely stay on top of those, because it's like you would I constantly get so many likes on those videos because so many people want to see real singers, and they want to see real people react to those because they know the feeling and what that feeling is going to give the person watching. And honestly, I love giving that feeling to people. I mean, it's the main reason why I wanted to do reaction videos in the first place. So, I mean, it's just a real testament, again, to people wanting to see real singers. That's why these two are just the perfect two to kind of just, like I said, go hand in hand. And I'm going to be doing more, I was about to say more videos. I mean, obviously more videos, but I'm going to be doing more podcasts specifically about these two individually. And this is kind of just kicking all of that off, to be honest, guys. This is the beginning of me going on a journey in regards to video podcasts as well. Those are going to be something that I roll out probably on the back end of the year. We've gotten it figured out. It's taken the longest time. Everybody has their own method. Everybody has their own resources, right? So it's just kind of a, figure it out as you go and implement it along the way, and you just watch the growth on the channel, and you just watch it all kind of come together. And this is the time where things are kind of coming together. And I think one of the beautiful things about my channel is that you can start from the very beginning and watch the process. But it's not even just the That Sowdev channel, it's the Sowdev channel. You can see where it all really began and what it has become now. And it's just something that I'm quite proud of. And I'm also very excited that people love the energy of That Sowdev. I'm excited that people want to see more from That Sowdev. I'm excited that people listen to That Sowdev. I mean, there's just so much support for the brand all around. And, you have to always remember that things aren't always going to happen instantly. Right? Like, I don't care if I'm 60 during this YouTube channel. It is going to pop. But, some people, they can get on, do a video, get 10,000 views and get so many subscribers off of that. Some people can be doing it for years and never really see it. Like, you never really know what's going to happen. But a big thing is you have to allow things to catch up to you. And I see the energy that I get from my videos. I see that people love it. I see that people want to see more. I see that people are really feeling me and the entertainment and the quality of it all. So I'm just, again, gonna let people catch up as I constantly just focus in and make these videos better, especially these reaction videos. I feel like they are getting better on their own time, but for sure, the more that I do them, the more that I edit them, and the more that I work with people who do the editing, who also do the recording, and I just kind of have a team who is growing together right now, and I think it's just such a beautiful thing. And I think it just all stems from, a lot of it stems from these reactions as well. Like I said, when I listen to Katrina Sohyang, it's just like, whoa, I feel so inspired. I feel so much inspiration when it comes to these ladies. And I'm just like, you know what? Just, you can't help but want more, Like, I feel like I can do anything after I listen to these ladies. It's crazy. But I'll tell you what. One thing I'm always going to do, it's going to be reaction to them. As long as there's a video for us to react to, I will continue to do reactions forever and ever. I'm still taking my break at the beginning of the year. That's non-negotiable. I bet you need a break. It's true. I go the whole year, and I take my little break, and then I get back to business. Just saying, it's me time. And the little break is, I start before my birthday so that way I can get back into the algorithm. But I really don't really start until after my birthday. Anywho, girl, I appreciate you guys. I really don't have too much to say. This, again, like I was saying, is just a little kickoff to what is about to come. And I should be dropping a schedule coming soon over the next 2 to 3 weeks. I've been busy as hell, but they're going to be kind of like mini series for these two ladies that just kind of happen on the podcast, like throughout the year. It's going to make sense schedule wise, but I can't make it make sense to you right now. It's been a minute. Like, I do Keeping Up with Fifth Harmony, and I had to stop that last year because things just got a little chaotic. So I'm doing these little mini series with certain people that I'm going to keep coming back to, but I want it to be something seamless. You know what I mean? So that takes time, and as that comes about, I'm just going to keep serving you guys content in between, before and after, girl. Anywho, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm gonna hop off here because y'all know I'm gonna just be babbling for no reason, but it's okay. You're here for me. I appreciate you guys yet again. I've said that 3 times. Make sure you go ahead and follow me on all social media platforms at Sowdev on Twitter, Instagram, and literally everywhere else, including Blue Sky, because I'm transferring over there. Thank you for streaming the Sowdev podcast, where you stay true and you stay you. Now, make sure you drink some water, eat some good food, take care of yourself, and I will see you on the next podcast. Peace.